Hey folks, welcome back. It looks like the stock market finished up about 1.15% today. I'm just sitting out here in the beautiful weather. We got a lot of gnats out here, but it looks beautiful and nice. But yeah, we had a nice day on the stock market. Yesterday was not a good day because they came out and said that GDP contracted like 0.3%. I think 0.2% was what they expected. I don't think we're off the hook yet. Things still do not look all that great as far as I'm concerned. We have trucking that's contracting, and I'll talk about that in a minute. I already told you about how I was buying trucking stocks, and I'll give you an update on that. McDonald's came out this morning, and their comp sales were down 3.6% in the United States. I kind of expected that. Like when I drive by my local McDonald's, the cars in the drive-through are down considerably. Hell, look at this. It seems like every time I make a video, I get a plane over not far from an airport. But McDonald's is down like 3.6% in the U.S. And then in the international, it wasn't that bad. But so it makes us look really bad here in the U.S. as far as our economy when McDonald's is getting hit. They just went up on their prices too much. Like I don't eat at McDonald's much anymore. Like maybe once every 4 or 5 months if I'm on the road, and that's all there is. But it just doesn't make sense anymore. Like for what I pay to eat at McDonald's, I can go to a nice Mexican restaurant and get some good service. And around here, there's places like Cookout, it's like $8, $8.50. And you get a lot more food. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing when it comes to fast food, but you get my point. There's just no point, as far as I can see, going to McDonald's anymore. UPS is really getting clobbered. Targets is getting clobbered. They're being boycotted, which I think it's fantastic to see these big, large companies get a taste of their own medicine. They wanted to go up on all of our prices. That's, just like McDonald's, they were up like 53% or something in a few years up on their prices. And so the consumer has a little more power than they think. Things are kind of still at a standstill in our country. It does look like some things are getting moved out of China, maybe into India, like with Apple. This morning news was between Zelensky and Trump, they're signing the rare earth minerals deal, okay? So that's being signed. I guess that's some good news. What am I seeing? What is happening in my own business? These are anecdotal kind of things, but I am seeing a lot of people worry about the future of their business because of the tariffs. All of a sudden, they don't know where to go and where to source. Wow, it's a helicopter now. It's like I'm in a war zone over here in the southeastern United States with all these planes and helicopters flying around. And all these gnats. So anyways, lots of small businesses are scared and worried, and they're kind of shuffling, trying to figure out where to source from. There's some people that say they will be out of business in 3 or 4 months if they don't get this figured out. So yeah, I think some businesses are going to be fine, and then some businesses going to have a really hard time, shuffling their feet and trying to figure out what to do here. My own business, I sell digital products online, and I did notice that the beginning of this month sales were very, very slow. They kind of picked up a little bit this last week, though, so I remain hopeful. Hopefully everything is going well. I did get a new client this week. I have a service-based business, so I got a new client this week, potentially another client. So that's good because last month I didn't really get any new clients. It was looking really bad. I was kind of worried about my business. So these things are looking nice. What am I doing as far as stocks go? Well, if you paid attention on a couple videos ago, I talked about trucking stocks, and some of you are probably like, well, man, you bought that and it went down 20%. Yes, SAIA, the trucking company, went down like 30% after I bought some of it. Now, I bought more though. So right now, I think we're at a max drawdown of like minus 46%. So I think this thing can only fall about 6% more. So it fell some more today. I didn't buy any. I haven't bought any. I did that after that initial shares that I bought fell about 25%, 27%. I just kind of took a step back for a day or so, and then I bought in again, and I think those are down like 6%. I'm not buying anymore. These are long-term holds. I'm not worried. It's going to come back. Like, I don't care. I know it's going to come back. It's just going to be a while. These trucking stocks, they're kind of ahead of the curve. Now, Old Dominion Freight Line, on the other hand, I did buy in some more because this thing, we're at the max drawdown. I forgot the numbers, but maybe 4% more max drawdown, and then that'll get you to the great financial crisis, believe it or not. So, people don't understand, like some of these trucking stocks have been getting just destroyed. So I feel very confident, say a 5-year, 10-year holding time at Old Dominion Freight Line, that this is going to be a great play. You're just going to have to hold it and suffer through whatever happens. I also bought a little more Regions Financial, the bank. It's interesting. I'm buying and trading things though. Like I bought some Regions, it went up a good bit, and then I sold it, and then I let it go back down. I did the same thing with Old Dominion Freight Line, by the way. It went up like 8%, and then I sold it, and then it crashed 8%, and then I bought back in. So I've been getting kind of lucky with trading. I'm not saying I'm going to become like some kind of day trader or something, but I think this is a nice trading environment. Just make a couple bucks, put it back in there, and make some more bucks. I do that a lot with Costco. Costco is my largest position, but anytime it dips, I just buy it, and then I'll hold it like a week, and maybe make a few bucks, $100, whatever. Sometimes, pretty quickly. I have a large position in Costco, so this is not a long-term hold. It's like a trading position, a regular trading position. I think it's a safer one. Nothing is safe. So that's kind of what I'm doing. One of my international stocks, BRFS, I think it is, the South American Brazilian food processing stock, that thing has been doing awesome. It's up like 17%. Other news, I did sell some gold today. I sold like 4 tranches of gold. I don't know how many shares of SGOL I sold. Just looking at the ratio of gold over the S&P. Look at that little gnat. He's in my video. Get out of here. Sorry. So I sold just a little bit of gold today, the ETF, and if it dips, I'll buy back in, but I'm thinking right now, I don't know if we're at the top, but we're getting closer, and I'm just playing it safe from an asset allocation perspective. And, right now, I think it's not time to go gung-ho back in, but we're 1.9% away from the 200-day moving average. So I did start buying some of my old ETFs, like IWI, ITOT. I think it's okay to start going in a little bit, but at the same time, we could just go right back down. Nobody knows. I don't know. But I reduced my risk for the period that I wanted to reduce my risk. And right now, I think it's a trader's market and a value market. You can find some nice dividend stocks and so forth. So that's kind of what I'm doing. You all stay safe out there. Keep your jobs. Try to consume less. So, save your dollars. More on that later. Hopefully I didn't run anybody off with my last video about social interactions. I'll come up with some other topics here soon. All right, you guys take care.